Hey, welcome back to my channel. This video will truly change your life. Today I'm going to introduce a person who is well known and who built a well-known company. But before getting this fame, power and position and name all over the world, he came across so many difficulties, problems, failures and all. Surely his life story will change your life too. So without taking more time, let's get into the video. On November 17, 1906, a boy born in a small village in Japan. His father was a blacksmith and his mother used to do weaving work. Since childhood, he was a very curious person. He was very much attracted towards making new things, towards tools and machines, and was very much curious related to cars, vehicles. Yes, he was curious about how cars and vehicles work, how they are made. Because of which, at the age of 16, his knowledge and skill towards machine has increased a lot. On the other side, he was not at all good in studies. He was not interested in having school life, and he was behind gaining practical knowledge, not theoretical. Hence, he left his studies and started working with his father at cycle shop. In 1922, after finishing 8 years of schooling, the boy noticed a job ad in a newspaper. An assistant wanted to Art Shokai auto repair shop in Tokyo. This small boy finds it an interesting opportunity to know more about vehicles and to improve his knowledge about it, because the Art Shokai company was well known for repairing and maintaining vehicles. With this trust, he took the biggest decision of his life and left his village and went to Tokyo to do mechanic work. After that, he went straight to the capital of Japan. He was accepted, but as the youngest employee, there was left only cleaning and preparing meals job for him. Working like this was a difficult task because as an intern, he was not paid for this work and he was asked to do various small works as well. But despite all these bad and small things, the boy only concentrated towards learning and improving his knowledge and skills towards motor machines. And this attitude paid him well. His knowledge improved so much that he started helping other senior mechanics and big employees in their work. He started explaining new and easy ways to others for their work and started creating creative and easy tools through which other people's works have become quite easy. And people started respecting him. Despite this, the owner of the auto repair shop allowed this boy to help in the second workshop where he was designing a racing car every night. Even owner of that company understood the ability and capability of him, so the owner started teaching him business related stuff as well. And the boy also learned it very well. He became good even in business, looking for this growth, and slowly company owner made him branch manager. At the age of 22, this boy became the manager and a very successful person, and people called him Soichiro Honda. Art Shokai company was very prosperous and brought considerable revenue, but it was not enough for Soichiro. He tried to produce piston rings, investing almost all his savings in the research laboratory. But none of the directors of Art Shokai supported him. Soichiro literally lived in the workshop developing piston rings, but it didn't give any fruits. Soichiro even handed over the jewels of his wife to the pawn shop. He was ready to sacrifice everything to fulfill his dream, and all his spare time Soichiro Honda devoted to the racing car design. Having developed his own methods of engine cooling, he resolved the main problem of all sport cars of that time. His engine did not explode from overheating during a race. Soichiro decided to take part in major competitions to experience his masterpiece. In 1936, Honda took part in the Japanese high-speed rally in Tama River in the suburbs of Tokyo and almost died. His car raced at breakneck speed, 120 km per hour. Soichiro crashed into the suddenly stopped car at the finish. The car turned over thrice in the air and the champion was thrown out of it. The car was lost forever. Soichiro's left arm was fractured. His shoulder was dislocated and his face was damaged. He spent 3 months at a hospital. The road to the spot was closed forever for him. Being at the hospital, Soichiro received a bad news. Out of 300 piston rings which he produced in the recent years and sent for examination to the Toyota company, only 50 were accepted for consideration and only 3 pieces passed quality control tests. Any other man perhaps would give up in such a situation, but after recovering, Soichiro opened his own business in Hamamatsu. In 1937, Soichiro founded the company Tokai Seiki and started producing the piston rings, production technology of which had been finally found. Things went uphill. Everything was going perfectly. He became successful, but again he got a big shock when war started in China. Most of the employees from his company has to go and fight the war. At the time of war, when other countries' warplanes were throwing bomb in China, the bomb not only destroyed places in China but also destroyed the company of Soichiro. His company as well as his investment got destroyed. Everything vanished. But with the defeat of Japan in World War II, Tokai Seiko came to an end. In 1945, Hamamatsu was undergone a massive bombardment by American aircraft. Soichiro assumed that the country is entering into a period of poverty and ruin and decided not to restore the factory but sold the business to Toyota for 4,50,000 yen. That bomb destroyed everything, but it was not able to destroy or even touch Soichiro's belief and strength. In 1946, Soichiro opened his own factory with a grandiloquent name, Honda Technical Research Institute, and became engaged in artisanal production of mopeds. He fitted a generator engine of a tiny army radio to a bicycle, used a rubber hot water bottle as a fuel tank and filled it with fire oil. There was plenty of fire oil in the countryside of Japan in those times. Honda sold 1,500 of these mopeds, nicknamed Cho-Cho for their sound. Then Soichiro replaced the engine by 2-stroke engine of his own design. It was the first original Honda A-type product, mopped off indefatigable businessman, which was developed in 1947. And after 2 years, the institute became the Honda Motor Company. In 1949, the first model of a motorcycle with a 2-stroke engine, Soichiro called it the Dream. 2 years later, he started the production of a model with a 4-stroke engine, and by 1958, when his model of Super Cub model came to the US, Honda was already the largest Japanese manufacturer of motorcycles, leaving behind not only 50 Japanese competitors but also 200 competitors from other countries. Honda's motorcycle business was rapidly gaining momentum. In 1961, the company was producing 100,000 motorcycles per month, and in 1968, the company was producing 1 million motorcycles per month. By the mid-80s, Soichiro was holding in his hand 60% of the world market, and by 90s, the company's production reached 3 million motorcycles a year. Having reached the top in the motorcycle industry, Honda decided that now he can proceed with the implementation of a cherished dream to create automobiles. When he was a child, he was literally mesmerized when he first saw a car. In his bio, he recalls this impression: forgetting about everything in the world, I was running after the car. I was deeply moved. I think it was then, although I was very young, I had the idea that someday I will construct a car myself. In the conquest of the automotive market, Honda made a bet on his favorite race car. In 1970, Soichiro Honda was the winner in the highly competitive automotive industry. To Honda's opinion, the secret of his success lies in the fact that he had always been guided by the empirical method of trials and errors. And he also believed that employers must be willing to set incredible goals and be ready for defeat. Another essential quality of a businessman, according to Soichiro, is the ability to take risks. He did not admit defeat and was willing to risk everything for his beliefs and ideas in order to achieve set goals. Among his employees, he was known as Mr. Thunderstorm. He got this nickname for emotional outbursts. Honda was loved, but yet was feared his wrath. Soichiro Honda served as an example of a man with perseverance, modesty, pleasant manners, and with the ability to accept mistakes as a valuable asset to his employees and family. But he never renounced his errors, about which he said, "Looking back on my work, I feel that I was doing nothing more than mistakes, blunders, and serious omissions. But I am proud of the achievements. Although I did one mistake after another, my mistakes and failures never occurred to the same reasons." The legendary businessman died on August 5, 1991. By the end of his life, he came up with a large store of achievements, which were 470 inventions and 150 patents, honorary doctorate at Michigan Technical University and Ohio State University, the highest honor of his country, Japan's Blue Ribbon, and many other more achievements. Starting a business having $3,200, he created the large company with annual revenue of more than $30 billion. Soichiro Honda once said, "Many people dream of success. I believe that success can be achieved only through repeated failure and self-analysis. Success is only 1% of your work and the rest bold overcoming of obstacles. If you are not afraid of them, success will come to you." Today's prosperity of Honda Motor Company provides the truth of its founder. I hope you understood one thing from this story. If you are ready to overcome the obstacles and failures in your life, you can surely achieve success. I hope you have enjoyed listening to Soichiro Honda biography and it's inspired you to new discoveries.